I don't think he is, but if he beats Canelo, he'll be like my #1 fighter of all time.
You don't think Crawford beats Canelo?
I don't think so. And look, hear me out. I respect Crawford and everything that he's doing, but he just moved up from 147, so I'm just gonna treat him as a 147.
That's why you gotta watch the fight so you can see.
I'll get a message to Canelo.
See you soon.
A Bud Crawford who's nowhere near a William School. School just ran. He didn't try to win that fight. Bud's gonna try to win the fight. He's gonna have the footwork. He's gonna have the hand speed. He's gonna have, maybe not the power of Canelo, but he's gonna have respectable power.
Jaron Ennis hurled jabs at Terence Crawford, criticizing his decision to face giant Canelo Alvarez in the hazardous fight.
I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight, at like 60, or like at least at 60, just to get his body, to fill up somebody a little bit bigger, and things like that. I know when you go up a weight, you gotta, develop that power. And
Ennis, who once pursued a fight with Crawford when both were fighting at welterweight, believes this is the wrong decision for the American star. Crawford believes he is biting off more than he can chew by taking on someone as powerful and heavy-handed as Canelo, especially without a warm-up fight at a higher weight. Ennis made it apparent that he believes Canelo will win this bout, citing the Mexican's power and threat in previous fights against much larger opponents.
I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight, at like 60, or like at least at 60, just to get his body, to fill up somebody a little bit bigger, and things like that. I know when you go up a weight, you gotta, develop that power and not develop the power, but like put that muscle on and be heavier and things like that. So he might not want to take a fight because he's trying to build up right now, but I think he should, just to stay sharp and that way he don't have like a long layoff or anything like that.
Ennis described how Canelo has knocked out opponents who weigh more than him on fight night. Some of these competitors may weigh as much as 200 pounds when they enter the ring, and Canelo is still dropping them. He pointed out that Canelo may not even be a real 168-pound combatant. He could certainly get 160, but he's still injuring bigger men. That says something. Ennis also stated that Crawford should have tested the waters at 160 pounds before stepping up to face one of boxing's most feared names.
I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68-pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So, I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it. So.
Virgil Ortiz shared the same perspective. He went on to say that he doesn't see Crawford defeating Canelo. Crawford's decision to move up 3 weight classes, he believes, is a mistake. Despite appreciating Crawford's intelligence, he predicted that Canelo would ultimately win this bout.
I don't think he is, but if he beats Canelo, he'll be like my #1 fighter of all time.
You don't think Crawford beats Canelo?
I don't think so. And look, hear me out. I respect Crawford and everything that he's doing, but he just moved up from 147, so I'm just gonna treat him as a 147-pounder. He's jumping up 3 weight classes to fight someone who was like the #1 fighter in all of boxing. The jump would be hard, even if it was just like some top 10.
Right, yeah.
Bud, would you say he's a very smart fighter?
Yes.
Very calculated,
Yes.
right? Don't you think that maybe he sees something that most people aren't seeing?
I think he does, but the thing is he gonna be able to even to capitalize?
Terence Crawford, on the other hand, appears to be entirely secure in taking on this huge assignment. He saw it as an honor to face one of boxing's greats. Responding to the criticism, he reiterated that it doesn't matter and issued a strong warning to Canelo, adding, "See you soon."
I'm definitely honored to be in that situation, in a position to share the ring with another great. It's going to be a hell of a night come September 13th.
A lot of people criticised his performance against William School. Did you take more confidence from that fight?
A lot of people criticized my last performance, so, we both need to step it up, I guess.
That's one from me, Terence. Obviously, we've seen Turkey Al-Sheikh mention no Tom and Jerry fights. You've said yourself you're going to put it on him, you're going to come for him. Do we see an explosive Terence Crawford that people won't have been expecting to see?
That's why you got to watch the fight so you can see.
I'll get a message to Canelo.
See you soon.
Ryan Garcia, who has previously witnessed Canelo's training and is intimately familiar with his strength, also had a strong opinion. He went so far as to warn that the bout could end up like Canelo's fight with Amir Khan, in which Khan was knocked out cold in terrible fashion. Garcia made it clear that, while anything can happen when two great fighters get into the ring, he expects Crawford to be knocked out in the same method.
I think Crawford's also going to try to implement like kind of what Floyd did, kind of stand your ground a little bit, trying to catch up. But he doesn't have the same defense as Floyd. That's the thing. But I do see him trying to take that approach where he tries to like stand his ground, kind of hold his ground. I won't say try to push Canelo back, but hold his.
He explained that Canelo has incredible power and that he has even witnessed him push back large weights while training. That's how strong he believes Canelo is. Garcia doubts Crawford's ability to manage such force, despite his exceptional technique. Garcia did, however, leave some room for skepticism, claiming that Crawford could always prove him wrong.
But like I said, when you have two great fighters, great things can happen. But I could see even Crawford getting knocked out like Amir Khan style though.
Then there's Kermal Moat, who offered a unique yet intriguing take on the fight. He does not see either boxer being stopped and feels it will go the distance. In his perspective, there are compelling reasons to support both Crawford and Canelo, that he believes the fight will conclude in a decision rather than a knockout.
I could give you a reason why Canelo could win, but I could also give you a reason why Crawford could win. So it's like, I don't know, it's just whoever's the better man that day.
Yeah. How do you see the fight going though? Like you see it going the decision?
I think it'll go decision.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't see either of them getting stopped.
So 50-50 for that one. Sean Porter said the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 50-50. But we need to see the 50-50.
Yeah.
Sergio Mora, a former champion, provided a balanced analysis of the fight. He referenced the old boxing adage, a great big man beats a great small man, even he isn't completely sold on the notion anymore. Mora claimed Canelo looked off in his last bout, struggling to cut off the ring and catch a boxer who refused to engage. He believes Canelo may have slowed down after fighting since he was a teenager and continuing to fight over 65 fights later. Mora believes that whereas strain are beginning to appear, he pointed out something fascinating. Canelo appears older and has more kilometers, but he is actually younger than Crawford. That's quite surprising.
I said, oh man, this is just gonna money grab. I mean, Crawford started at 135. How is he gonna be at a guy that's fought as high as 175? And then you saw Canelo's fight against William School. His last fight wasn't a good fight, man. You've seen that he doesn't have the fastball anymore. He doesn't have he's never had fast feet, but at least he's not cutting off the ring like he used to. Yeah. And the explosiveness in his combinations and in half speed, it wasn't there either because there was nothing to hit. So can you imagine a Bud Crawford who's nowhere near a William School? School just ran. He didn't try to win that fight. Bud's gonna try to win the fight. He's gonna have the footwork. He's gonna have the hand speed. He's gonna have, maybe not the power of Canelo, but he's gonna have respectable power.
But Mora cautioned that Crawford, at 37, did not have the same battle scars. He has not received the same level of punishment as Canelo throughout the years, which could benefit him. Mora described Crawford as a nasty person who has been bulking up the proper way. He's not hurrying things. According to Mora, Crawford appears to be taller and stronger than Canelo right now. That's a remarkable development considering most people regard Canelo as the naturally larger man.
And that punch coming from both stances, mind you, the left-handed and the right-handed stance. And I just think ultimately Crawford just is a mean mofo. This dude mean. I met Bud a couple of times. He pulls me aside and stuff. He gives me that look. He's a mean, intimidating dude, man. And then I've been seeing how he's been growing into the frame.
He's gotten big.
He's gotten muscular, and he's looking more like a middleweight, super middleweight. The closer the fight gets, the more I'm looking at Crawford like, this dude might do something, man. Because all along I haven't changed my tune. I said Canelo's gonna win this fight, but he's not gonna come out of it unscathed. I can see him being bruised up, battered, maybe a little bit of blood, but his size is gonna come in the end. Now I'm starting to change my tune.
Stephen A. Smith, a well-known sports pundit, had a radically different opinion on Ennis Garcia. He believes Crawford will defeat Canelo, and he stated it boldly. Nobody is going to beat Canelo, he says, but Crawford has a good chance to win on points. Smith highlighted something that many boxing fans and analysts have seen. Canelo throws each strike as if it were a power shot. That strategy may not work against a clever and slick boxer like Crawford. Crawford, he claimed, is faster. can switch stances, has a solid jab, and moves effectively around the ring. Smith believes that all of these techniques provide Crawford an advantage in terms of scoring more points over 12 rounds.
You got a love for boxing.
Yes,
Who gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up, the biggest fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
When I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway for crying out loud.
Right.
It's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power.
Even though Smith doubts Crawford's ability to stop Canelo, he still believes he will win due to his boxing intellect. He added something very important. Although Crawford bulks up, Canelo is accustomed to fighting at these bigger weights. This may be a major issue if Crawford attempts to trade shots or stand and fight. Canelo is simply stronger and more comfortable with his current size. Still, Smith believes Crawford has the ability to move, box smartly, and use the ring to escape hard strikes and win the decision.
I will confess, I think Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said this. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, stronger fighter. And I don't care that Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's gonna go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight, and Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always ready.
always prepared.
He's always ready. He's
He's
always prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement.
Looking at all of these perspectives, it's evident that people's ideas vary greatly. Ennis and Garcia aggressively support Canelo, emphasizing his size and strength. They believe Crawford is undertaking a hazardous move that could end badly. Ennis went so far as to suggest the decision was dumb, while Garcia mentioned the Amir Khan knockout, which no fighter wants to be linked to. They're focusing on the physical aspect of things, weight, strength, and the capacity to absorb punches.
I think Canelo. And I would love to see Crawford do his thing. You know what I mean? You normally boxer bias. Not saying that Canelo isn't a boxer. Right. And normally I would kind of be, because it's just, I don't know. I see that you're able to exploit, flaws in guys, and typically that's what Crawford does. This one, it's just really difficult. This Canelo is an extremely experienced, talented stalker, but boxer too. He has the ability to do both, to be honest. Mainly a stalker because of his punch of power and his, it's just his ring, the way he controls the ring, his effective aggressiveness. I think
One thing is certain. People are discussing this fight, and there is no obvious favorite. Each warrior contributes something unique. Canelo boasts power, experience with larger weights, and toughness. Crawford has the speed, skill, and battle IQ. He's not only gaining weight, he hopes to be one of the few fighters in history to defeat someone who is physically larger.
Do you?
Yeah, I love it.
See, I don't.
Crawford wants to do it.
I don't love it.
Why?
I think it's Crawford's last fight, so I'm happy he's gonna cash out, and I'm rooting for him. But I would like to see him stay at 54 and fight Virgil Ortiz.
I'd like to see that too,
Yeah.
but the big money is Canelo.
I know.
And why not do it? I mean, what a ballsy move. You go 47 to 54 and you go right up to 68. That's crazy. Because he's really not even at 54.
Yeah.
He's taken the fight at 54. He took Madrimov because it was a big fight.
Yeah.
Wins another world title.
Right. And he won that fight. People were like trying to discredit, like, he fought, first of all, Terrence fought great.
Yeah.
Madrimov is great. He's a great fighter.
Good, dude.
And fought him differently than he fought every other guy.
Yeah, because
he did fight him differently. Yes.
He's dangerous.
And
he's
Madrimov is a
big.
great athlete. Anybody who does a backflip.
Everyone appears to agree on one point, however. It's going to be an exciting fight. Whether you believe Crawford is being bold or making a mistake, this matchup is special. It's not every day that we see a battle between two pound-for-pound greats with such differing perspectives on how it should go. The fact that even experts cannot agree demonstrates how close and intriguing this one is.
I think Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but
I
he's
asked-
going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Okay, what kind of a fight? I'm going to get to that. I asked the great Larry Merchant,
What did he say?
94 years old, living on Ocean Boulevard in Santa Monica, looking out at the ocean, reflecting on all the amazing things he did. And I asked Larry, I said, do you think Terence Crawford has a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez? And Larry said, Jim, did Ray Leonard get an official decision victory over Marvelous Marvin Hagler? And I said, yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez.
And regardless of what happens, both men are putting a lot on the line. If Crawford wins, it could be remembered as one of the greatest victories in boxing history. If Canelo wins, it will once again demonstrate why he has been at the top of the sport for so long. In any case, September 13th promises to be a spectacular day for fans. If you're excited about this mega fight, please share your thoughts in the comment section. Who do you have, Canelo or Crawford? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ring Rivalry for more fight breakdowns, predictions, and all the build-up before the big